Hello to my Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's get right into it. Let's get into your reading. We're going to start out with a Celtic cross spread for your reading. Let's go. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what is going on here. Let's see what your current situation is first. Let's see what the current situation is. Like I said, this is a Celtic cross spread. And then we're going to get into channeling some messages. See what's going on. All right, so what's happening, source, around the current situation with Sagittarius? What is going on? You are rule ninth house. Ninth house is all about quest and adventure. It's the house that senses what's beyond the horizon. It invites us to travel both physically through long distance journeys and mentally through higher education, philosophy, and religious contemplation. It covers ethics and ideals and the spirit of law. All right. So let's get into it. What is happening in Sagittarius' current situation? All right. 9 of Swords. Someone may have been going through some nightmares. Let me put this here. Put this here so you all can see. You might have been going through some nightmares, right? So something may have come to an end and may have been causing you some nightmares, right? Somebody may have talked to you, or you may have talked to someone and may have been having nightmares since then. Something may have been coming to you, but remember, Chiron is now retrograde in Aries. That could play a role in it. Neptune is retrograde in Aries. That could play a role in it. And also Saturn is retrograde in Aries. That can also play a role in it. And the reason I say that, we're not talking about in Aries. We're not talking about a person. But Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is the Tower card. So Tower card is total recall. So that's a recall of everything prior to anything recent that could be causing you nightmares. Anything could trigger it. A movie, which you're watching on social media, something people are talking about, anything can trigger nightmares. Anxiety, feelings of hopelessness, depression, anything. Anything that takes you to a particular frequency, you're grabbing other stuff on that particular frequency, right? But keep something in mind here. To wake up from the nightmare, you had to stop talking about something, right? Even if you're going to therapy, there should be a solution in mind. Like, okay, what's the end goal, right? If you're saying, okay, you're going to therapy to wake up from some nightmares, what's the goal, right? So, all right. The second card in this spread here, a problem that you could be facing and any obstacles that could be standing in your way from waking you up from any kind of nightmares, right? Because the ninth sword, the eighth sword means that you had a conversation with someone. Somebody could have said something to you, or you could have said something to someone that caused that 9 of swords, like basically to cause somebody to start to awaken nightmares. But it crossed over into Chiron just went retrograde in Aries, right? So it could have come right around the time right before Chiron went retrograde in Aries, right? Remember, somebody's nightmares could have ended when yours could have began, because there's two sides of everything. We're talking about duality, two sides of everything. Or somebody's nightmares could have began and yours could have ended. So, but it came out upright. So nightmares, grief, anxiety, hopelessness, depression, all of that, right? So what problem are you facing, and any obstacles that stand in your way? Any obstacles that stand in your way, right? 9 of Cups here. So wishes fulfilled, right? So you want your wishes fulfilled: good health, emotional stability, satisfaction, luxury life. So somebody has had their wishes fulfilled, right? And so one of the things that somebody could say is that, okay, if that's a wish fulfilled for someone else, for their nightmares to stop, for their anxiety or hopelessness or depression to stop, and you don't want to stand in someone's way, then source is saying that's where the crossroad is, right there. It's like 9 and 9. It's like, okay, this flush, this is water over wounds, like clean off the wounds there, right? Let's clear off the wounds there. Yeah, clean off the wounds there. So here we have the distant past. So long ago events that have, influenced and shaped the current situation. So something a long time ago could have happened that could have influenced the situation here, where again, something could have started someone's nightmares but ended someone else's nightmare. So whether you're on the receiving end of nightmares starting or your nightmares ending, where someone else's wishes being fulfilled and yours feel like they're not, something could have caused weight gain. Somebody could have caused starting a weight loss journey. Something, right? Something could have caused a lack of inner joy where somebody could be actually feeling better, like a whole weight has been lifted. So let's see. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles here. Yeah. Something has been causing somebody nightmares for a long time, where they may have been moving from place to place to place to place, just in fear and not even really knowing kind of like what the root of something was. Yeah, something has been causing a lot of, ill health, worrying, isolation, financial loss, need, insecurities for somebody. Something has really caused a lot of fear for someone. So again, this is a Celtic cross spread here, right? And so in terms of recent past, that was a distant past. In terms of recent past, any recent events, source, and their impact on your situation recently, impact on your situation. King of Wands here. You may feel like, you have someone who has your back, right? Yeah, you may feel like you have somebody who has your back. Someone who is a bold leader, someone who's just ready to pounce, right? Someone who is, overcoming challenges themselves, someone who is a big picture kind of person. You may feel like, okay, you got somebody who has your back. Whereas another person may feel like God has their back. So, in other words, what Source is trying to help somebody to learn how to see is 2 sides to everything. There's 2 sides to everything. Right? So, let's see what else we got going on here. So, near future. So, your short-term future and how things might turn out if you don't change your direction and how to carry on the path that you're in. Let's see. 3 of Swords here. Yeah. Heartbreak, loss, some kind of heartbreak where either you may end up walking away and nothing is resolved, or somebody else may end up walking away and nothing is resolved. Yeah. This is about respecting boundaries. It's about respecting boundaries. Because again, if there's somebody here just waiting to pounce, and somebody's just standing there just waiting to pounce, and somebody's been moving from place to place to place to place, and having nightmares and going through this and that, yeah, it looks like some boundary because before you get to 9 of Swords, it was 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords. There's a lot of swords, a lot of hurt has been experienced before all of that. So 3 of Swords. So 7 of Swords, so influences on you. So the influences on you and how, they affect the situation and the likely outcome, influence on you and how they likely affect the situation and outcome. Yeah, High Priestess, right? So this is where you may be getting some downloads, right? Your intuition, trusting your inner voice, and your unconscious, like really trusting your intuition. Yeah. Really in the physical realm, like just listening to your intuition. If your intuition is just telling you somebody just don't want to talk, they don't want to talk about certain things, just release it. Release something in love. Just move on from something. You got somebody in the background waiting to pounce. That's the whole problem. Somebody has felt unsafe. Somebody's been going through nightmares. And this right here, 5 of Pentacles, lets me know that someone has been dealing with something since their childhood, and something is just piling something else on. Something is piling, people just constantly putting people in wilderness situation. This is, to me, this looks like a bullying situation that just keeps, compounding, and people keep putting people in a situation that's like this. And so something about a high priestess energy, somebody knows that. Somebody knows that. So anyway, so here we go. So external and environmental influences, that's basically the people around you, how other people and their energies impact your situation, which will affect the outcome. Basically, the people around you, how it affects your outcome of things. How does this look for you? The sun. Yeah. Yeah, so it shines a light on it. It's the energies around you. It's like, who gives you energy? Who kind of sort of puts a flame up under you? This is the sun. Who is like shining a light on something, right? Who's shining a light on something? It speaks in volume. If you're already a fire sign and you got low vibrating fire energies around you that's kind of sort of igniting a flame, it can go either way. It can go either way. So, hopes and fears. So how has your hopes and fears affected your issue and ultimately the outcome? Yeah. So I see you successfully, like I said before, picking up on energy. That's what I see, you successfully picking up on energy. So if you're getting a feeling that, somebody is just, like I said, just disappointed and they just want to move on with their life, I see you just, just moving on. All right. 4 of Pentacles here. Yeah. Somebody's just trying to be conservative with their time. That's it. So hopes and fears. What it looks like is a physical meeting or something. It's not, maybe not meeting you, but it's like maybe you may see someone in the physical sense. You may see someone in the physical sense, like your paths may cross with someone in the physical sense, right? So your paths may cross in the physical sense. So, yeah, what's the outcome? What is the final outcome? And we're going to dive into some tarot here, where I pick up on channeling energy here. So what is the outcome? What is the outcome? What is the outcome? What is the outcome? All right, 6 of Cups. Taking good memories with you. That's the outcome. Nostalgia. Taking good memories with you, and that is it. That is it, and that is all. Yep. All right, let's get into some tarot. Let's get into some tarot. Yeah. All right, so it looks like your paths may cross with someone that a relationship may have ended with. The paths may cross, but it looks like it could be a positive ending to something where you're just taking good memories with you, and that's the end of that. So you'll be picking up on energy. You'll be picking up on energy. That's it. Because something has been extremely disappointing, like just in terms of the energies possibly around you. You may have felt protected with the energies around you kind of backing you up, but other people may not have felt protected at all. So yeah. They might not have felt safe. Let me just put it that way. All right. So, all right, here we go. Devil card. Devil card connects us with obsessions. It connects us with lust. It connects us with this any kind of restrictions, like enslaved to something, like somebody being enslaved to something. Like you see this energy right here has like holding on to something, like somebody is holding on to something. And 1 and 5 is 6, like a rounded back. Somebody nurtures their demons. So somebody may nurture things that they're obsessed with, like nurture their fears. Like, so if somebody has an obsession with, and this is your reading, so source that everybody has temptations. Everybody has some kind of fear or something. So I don't know what that is, right? Yeah. Maybe somebody has a scarcity mindset. Here's a, like holding on to money, holding on to material possessions, or holding on to relationships that it's time to cut ties with, but projects it onto other people, right? So may say that other people are holding on and they should let go of other people when they won't let go of people that they should be letting go of. You know what I'm saying? Like a person may say, you need to cut this person off, but won't take their own advice. So sometimes you may have friends like that may say, oh, you need to, cut that boyfriend or girlfriend off, and they won't even look at their own relationship and see, okay, well, hold on, you need to look in the mirror. And that's what the devil card symbolizes. It's like basically giving people advice you wouldn't even take for yourself, right? And so Pentacles is like basically you're not paying attention to your own demons, basically. It's like, okay, you pay attention to somebody else's demons, but you won't pay attention to your own. That's what this is here. As the Six of Pentacles falls on top of the Devil card, it's like you're paying attention to other people's obsessions, but you won't pay attention to your own. And that's what could be causing somebody nightmares. It's like, oh my God, something doesn't, until somebody's almost forced to look at their own demons. Like, oh shoot, okay. Like a person who is in denial, right? They look at their own love situation. So a person could say, for instance, judging a person for being in a same-sex relationship, but won't look at their own situation of maybe being cheated on. They may look at, oh, I mean, that's different. Well, based on who's judging from the outside, somebody could say they're both wrong. Somebody could say they're both right. I mean, depending on who. I mean, who knows? But bottom line is, who can judge anybody? So somebody is making a decision. Somebody's making a decision. Some kind of a partnership in business and or in love is trying to come in for you. So you're trying to make a decision as to what you're paying attention to and what you're not giving energy to. But somebody's holding on to a particular decision about something, and because there's money involved, because you were paid for something, or you're paying attention to something, or to someone else's demons about their lovers, right? But you're about to find out something is a lie. You're about to find out that something is a lie, and that somebody was paid to say something. You're about to find out that two people were paid to say something about somebody's lovers. Six of Pentacles is the Death card, right? So that you could cut some people off. That's what you're about to find out. And that's really where the nightmares are coming from. Because people are like, okay, this person is a high priestess energy. They have all of these spiritual gifts. They have intuition when it comes to this. They got intuition when it comes to this. How come somebody can't figure this out? Like, somebody knows that the devil is crafty. Like, for instance, if a person is, like, when we're talking about Lover's card, right? Because this is where it speaks to evolution here, because we're talking about rebirth here. So if a person is, let's say, for instance, okay, let's switch it up, because it's not always husbands cheating on their wives. It's not always that. So let's say, for instance, is a wife that's constantly cheating on her husband, when she just says, okay, I'm changing. I'm not going to cheat on my husband anymore, right? And she changes to be faithful. The husband says, okay, I'm going to forgive you. We're going to work this. We're going to go through counseling, therapy, whatever. We're going to change. You're going to change, right? People can still be judging her based on her cheating in the past, right? But if they make a decision together, she's not going to cheat anymore, faithful, whatever. but other people could be still judging. They could be obsessed over something in the past, right? That could have just been something, she went through. You could be a person who was a cheater, whoever you are, a man or woman, but you could have changed that about yourself, right? But again, somebody was paid to pay attention to two people. Somehow, you are one of those people, if you're a man or a woman, that people were paid to pay attention to. But you're about to find out something that ended a relationship between you and you and somebody else. You're about to find that out. That's why you got these energies around you about to pounce on something. Not that anybody's scared or even nervous about somebody about to pounce on anything, but the fact that the 6 right here, 666, is letting you know that somebody was being demonized. You got the devil card right here. 1 and 5 is 6. So you got 6 right here 4 times, right? 2 people were demonized so that you can cut ties with even being nurturing or even having any compassion towards energies. You can pay any kind of attention, show any love, make any decisions about anything, have any fond memories or anything. And that's what this is, right? So it's time for you to thrive behind closed doors, because other people are thriving behind closed doors. Once they realize everybody has temptations, meaning everybody has demons, whether it's overeating, whatever it is, lovers, whatever it is, right? So you can move on from something. So you can finally move on from something. So somebody's going to be doing the inner work on themselves. Somebody's going to be doing the inner work on themselves behind closed doors. On yourself behind closed doors, looking at this right here, because there's been a whole lot of judgments going on. People have been obsessed over judging people, for wanting to have a whole new lease on life. And this is the message that's been coming down. You want a whole new lease on life? Let's judge your old life. What does that look like? Why do you want such a whole new lease on life? Let's see why you want a new lease on life. Let's see what you left behind, who you left behind. What happened? Why are you thriving? Are you coming to be somewhere by yourself to, bleed out behind closed doors? If you're not, how are you thriving? Here we have the Queen of Wands here. So it looks like you're determined to do your shadow work. But again, I see you moving on. I see you transitioning through a storm in life. I see you just kind of moving on through a storm in life. So yeah. And a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled, right? So including your prayers, right? I see a lot of people bypassing the devil. Like a lot of people are saying, you know what, forget fear. I'm getting ready to go straight to God in prayer. I'm praying for people behind closed doors. I'm getting rid of fear, doubt. I don't need no prayer circle. I don't need to go to 15, 20, 30, 40 people. I'm just going, God, please watch over so-and-so. Make sure they all right. I don't like being confused. That's what I'm seeing for people. Like this is, I mean, you still are, you still have your, church friends and fellowshipping with people, whether church, mosque, and temple, because that's a way of people fellowshipping. You don't have to say anything negative about church or mosque or temple at all. Plenty of people have really healthy relationships, in religious communities. But sometimes when you're by yourself, you want to go straight to source. And that's what I'm seeing here. You're whole and complete. You're going straight to source. You're bypassing fear. I wonder if my prayer got through. Maybe I should have called somebody and maybe we could have prayed together. I wonder if it got through. Of course it got through. Yeah, transformation. course it got through. So a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. You're going to feel like you jumped out of a treasure chest because your wishes were fulfilled. So emotional withdrawal. Yeah, some kind of emotional withdrawal, right? Sometimes people need to, this could be you withdrawing, like this person has like, sometimes you have to part ways in the sand. You have to just kind of back up from energies, like emotionally just back up. This is like you see like this part, parting of like this person sitting on the sand, but like this ocean water coming up on this person, like coming up to this person. This person looks like they went into, they're like in prayer mode. Right here, they like went to the ocean to go pray or something. This what it looks like to stay focused. They had to get away from just karmic, relationships with people. They just went off by themselves to just pray. That's what this looks like. It's like two people just like, they really like being by the water. They like to just go off by themselves to pray and just release. Talk to God. This possibly what you and someone have in common as well. But somebody has a demon of lust. Also do the mirror work. Here we have somebody has a demon of envy. I don't know who these energies are, but was doing something behind someone's back. But you have the gift of precognition. This is foreknowledge. The best is yet to come. Journal your journey. And your gifts have also increased. Your peace is paramount. Sacral chakra cleanse. You have the gift of clairvoyance. This is seeing clearly. You could be a seer, S-E-E-R. So it's also time to expand your brand. Somebody wants to call you, but they haven't changed. I don't have no idea who that is. So we're going to pray about that too. Find out. High vibrating Sagittarius is optimistic, freedom loving, and intellectual. So you're closing out a cycle in love. You inspire someone to heal. All right. Hopefully this is helpful. Let's close it out. 77. I am brave. So it is time to move on from old patterns, habits, and fears. Now is the time to walk in the direction of your biggest desires and ambitions. Now is the time to be bold and brave. So two situations to close out. And that is on that, right? Yeah, that is that. But I think, let me see, is there anything else like in terms of this, like these oracle cards here? Let me see. Yeah, invite help. So invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready, God, pursue me. Invite help. Alrighty. I think that is it. I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. Again, this is a general reading. Take only what resonates with you. Yep. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Nope, that's it. All right, bye.